Hello everybody, welcome back to WWE 12 Universe. My name is Jitch. This is Monday Night Raw, Monday, featuring a tag team match to kick things off. Two very unlikely allies coming together. This is a little too loud. So Jack Swagger coming out first. Last week he suffered a handicap match loss to Ezekiel Jackson and Mason Ryan in a segment that we just couldn't get any cameramen on, so you can't see it. But Edge approached Jack Swagger backstage and he said, "Look, man, I saw what happened to you last week, and it was just sad. Honestly, I felt so bad for you, and that's really saying something for me to feel bad for you after what you did to me a while back with the Money in the Bank briefcase and everything. So how's about tonight I help you against these two?" And that brings us to the now. Edge and Jack Swagger teaming up for the first time ever. A very unusual alliance. And okay, I guess the Powerhouse didn't like the idea of a threat coming their way too much. Well, I don't actually know who to play, because Swagger and Edge could easily fight back, but that was a good blindside. Well, it's telling me to play as Edge, so I'll do my best. The Powerhouse doing what they do in very typical fashion. I don't quite know who the legal men are, as this match isn't officially even starting just yet. We got a double team on Jackson. I guess Mason Ryan's decided that Jackson's going to be in the ring. Referee's telling one of them to get out, and yeah, it's going to be Edge. Okay. Well, now that's been decided, this match is officially on. What a way to kick off Raw. A tag team attack. Night of Champions 3 weeks away. Every main title on the Raw brand will be on the line, as well as over on SmackDown. That's every championship barring the Hardcore, ECW, and Cruiserweight championships. I've just realized I can't record this week's NXT because I don't know who you guys have voted for. I suppose I can always just leave the Hardcore title off of it this week. It doesn't need to be defended every single week. It's more like a TV title in the sense of it's just when that guy's on TV he should defend it. You know, unless he's appearing on Raw, then he doesn't have to defend it for some reason. But what I was segueing into was, speaking of tag team matches, it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens with Sheamus at Night of Champions. Right now, he is one half of the World Tag Team Champions. The Celtic Cross have been holding those tag team championships for such an incredibly long time. I think it's well over 200 days. And you got to think, if they continue with this success, if they don't somehow drop those championships by Night of Champions, then Sheamus is going to be looking at defending both the World Heavyweight Championship as well as the World Tag Team Championships. He's got 2 championships to his name. Oh, okay. I guess Swagger really didn't want to deal with this. I mean, to be fair, he went through a handicap match last week. He's definitely not in the best physical condition to be facing off against these two once again. I think it's good of Edge to step up and say he'll team with Jackson. I mean, with Jack Swagger, not Jackson. You can see how I made the mistake. But I don't know how well it's going to actually work out for these two. They clearly don't get along. I mean, I know sometimes they say that's how the best tag teams are formed. Edge just really wants Swagger to do something in this match. And there comes Mason Ryan, the guy who picked up his first ever victory last week in that handicap match. Kind of sad that it required the help of Ezekiel Jackson for him to get it, but he finally won a match. Oh, you can't shift control of who you're playing in this game. Okay. Big power move by Mason Ryan. You gotta think that pre-match assault on these two may have done its number, as Mason Ryan goes for the pin, but Edge just able to break it up.
Mason Ryan, unquestionably the powerhouse.
Not yet.
Wales. I can't believe everything that's
I want you to actually fight on your own for a bit, Swagger. I'm getting sick and tired of you constantly just tagging out. I don't care if you're hurt. I'm not carrying this entire tag match. Plus, I want the hot tag. Give me the hot tag. I don't think you can do the thing where you start banging on the turnbuckle. No, doesn't look like it. That's in, like, I don't even remember what getting that in. Oh, for God's sake, Swagger! Wrestle your own damn match. You started this feud.
Desperately needs to make a tag here.
Edge is here to help, not to carry the whole match for you.
What an incredible display of strength by
okay.
massive Ezekiel Jackson. A fever pitch is here in the WWE universe.
Yeah, they're going absolutely wild right now. You can just hear them screaming.
Man, everything about Ezekiel Jackson is aggressive.
Obviously, we know that Mason Ryan and Edge, they got some backstage heat. They don't actually want to wrestle each other. So, obviously, that's why we're not seeing any tag outs. We got all the scoops. He loves that kick. He loves that big old spinny kick. Very good.
The eyes of Edge showing no remorse.
Tonight we got some big matches coming your way, including up next the #1 Contenders match. We're finally going to have a match confirmed for Night of Champions, and I'm a little bit scared for Ted DiBiase's health when it comes to it. Brock Lesnar set to go one-on-one with Daniel Bryan in a Contenders match for the US Championship. I think it's safe to say which one I would imagine Ted DiBiase wants to see win that Contenders match coming up next. However, I think we all are expecting only one outcome, and it's not one that favors DiBiase in the slightest. Big old spear. But Swagger he's just screwing around. Almost like he's just not a very good tag team partner. Well, that was Edge's opportunity to get the victory over Ezekiel Jackson and end this thing, but Swagger kind of blew it. He's too busy celebrating in the corner, and oh no, not these two in the ring. Not after everything I've heard that's been going on with them. Boy, you wouldn't believe the scoops on was TMZ a thing in 2010? I think so.
Edge. Wow, Ryan felt all of that one.
He just shoot pinned Edge like immediately when he got in. He was trying to make sure he didn't kick out, but Edge is, believe it or not, he's actually stronger than Mason Ryan. Mason Ryan's muscles, they're all you know those blow up ones you can buy? Yeah, he's just got those anchor arms from SpongeBob. That's what he's got. His friends told him that he had a face like Batista, so he got some fake muscles to try and try and see if maybe he could get into the World Wrestling Entertainment business through Batista's name. It didn't work. This is all lore now, just so you know. Oh, cool. Oh, not so cool. Wow, no damage done to Mason Ryan yet, huh? It's alright, Edge will do everything. Don't worry, Swagger. I won't tag you in. You clearly don't want to be tagged in.
Oh, he's in trouble now. After all of these shots to the head,
just kidding, you're getting tagged in. Wrestle the damn match. Excuse me, I told you, backstage heat. They really hate each other. Even when he wasn't the legal man, Mason Ryan was like, oh, I gotta hit him. I can't not hit him.
Swagger's extremely arrogant, but there's no doubt that the All-American can back up everything he says. He said
Why don't you get a gut wrench in there? Gut wrench powerbomb. No, you're gonna go for I'm the legend difficulty AI and I just pin all the time mentality. Okay. Fuck good endings. I just want the pin.
he might not know where he is right now.
I think Edge just saved Jack Swagger. I saw Ezekiel Jackson. He started signaling for that big move. Okay.
That's some serious pain.
Now bringing in his partner.
Boy, Swagger is just nothing but a disappointment in this match.
Good Lord, what impact from the double team. And now he's back out on the apron.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, it's that one. Come on, Swagger, jeez! Fight back! What is your problem?
Shining example of teamwork as they hit.
Get up!
One.
And there's the breakup. That could have been it right there.
And again he refuses to stay down.
Finally!
Extremely intelligent. Not only is he a two-time All-American,
I thought, oh, for the love of God. Don't even do the hot tag. Nah, it's cool. Just, yeah, just walk over. You pathetic bastard.
Hey now.
and he wills his way out.
Oh, the shoot heat, man. You can feel it. I can't fucking get Swagger to help me when I go for pins, but I also can't get Swagger to stay in the ring and do his job.
His partner could have lasted.
And an opportunistic maneuver by Edge.
Uh-oh.
What a terrible partner. You wasting your effort, Edge. You should be pursuing that World Heavyweight title, not helping this loser.
He's going for it again. Oh, and Edge drives his opponent's face right into the ground.
1, 2. Oh, talk
See,
about
he can't even, like, help you properly.
And there's the count.
Why did that not work? I tried to run into a spear. Does Edge not have the running spear in this game? Is it only corner-based? I guess so. Well, that's kind of lame. Wait, probably with that stupid top rope one he never actually did.
Edge is
Or
feeling it.
probably did like twice. Okie dokie.
Ezekiel Jackson counters it.
If that's the way you want to play. Edge is going to do his own damn comeback if he can't get a hot tag.
And Edge comes up short.
He doesn't have the sharpshooter either. What the fuck? Edge, what do you do in this game? Oh, there you go.
Big blow to the
Edge-o-matic.
Thinks he has it. 1.
That's right, Mason Ryan's arguing that's the only way that was ever going to work. Mason Ryan was like, alright, this match has gone on for 12 minutes. 12 minutes. I don't want Ezekiel getting injured again. I'll just yell and pretend that I didn't see the pin. Swagger's obviously never gonna get it. He's just too stupid. Uh-oh. What is this? And Edge is like, wow, what a great partner you were. I love the way you did nothing and you got hurt a lot. Yeah, let's celebrate together. Let's form a tag team. You were so goddamn useless. I just really want you around forever now. We could be looking at a new tag team, folks. And I gotta say, I think Edge is making a big mistake, but that's for him to make, I guess. As we move on to the next match. Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan in a #1 Contenders match for the United States Championship. Back here on Raw. Sorry. Back here on Raw in front of this capacity crowd, Daniel Bryan set to face off against Brock Lesnar in a Contenders match for the US Championship.
Approaching the ring from Richmond, Washington, weighing 192 pounds, Daniel Bryan.
What a interesting matchup this is going to be. I think on paper everyone knows who's going to win. I think statistically everyone knows who's going to win. Daniel Bryan, the newcomer who's not really had much of a spotlight since coming along. Brock Lesnar, also a newcomer, inched very close to the World Heavyweight Championship upon his debut. Now obviously setting his sights on the US Championship. Here comes the pain.
And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 295 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
This is just about the last thing I think Daniel Bryan wants to see heading down to the ring. No, he seems pretty ready. Never mind. I'll shut up. I just think this is a disaster waiting to happen for both Daniel Bryan and Ted DiBiase. DiBiase's just come off of a feud with both Cody and Randy. I mean, yeah, that's right. Him and Randy still aligned with each other, seemingly, but Cody out of the picture. I think that, I don't think Ted and Randy could beat Brock Lesnar, if I'm honest with you. This is gonna be quick. I'll tell you what, we might finally have a US champion that can hold that title for a long time if Brock Lesnar does win it. I don't see anyone beating him. He can defend every week, and I don't see anyone beating him for it. He has obviously suffered losses since his debut, but not that many.
Daniel Bryan calls this submission move the lapel lock. Why is it so effective?
Well, I really wish you would go in the ring and let Daniel lock it on you, and then you wouldn't ask me that stupid question.
Ha 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 ha. Sorry, if I don't pretend to laugh at the commentators' lines, they get really insecure and they stop talking, so I just, every now and then, I've got to pretend that what they say is really funny. It's in my contract.
Body off that slam. Big move coming.
Oh, that can't feel good.
Lesnar makes the cover, and Bryan gets the shoulder up.
Well, this is so far going exactly as I expected, I must say. As I snort once again.
That faraway look in his eye.
Never realized how snotty of a person I am until I start recording. Oh no, that's not true. I never realized how snotty I am until I have to edit a recording. Oh, I struggle to look over these videos. I don't know how you guys watch them. I appreciate that you do, but I don't know how you do sometimes.
So what should Daniel Bryan be trying now, King?
This is just sad. Bryan's been at a bit of a loss ever since his partner Dolph Ziggler got injured. Obviously thinking he was one step closer to the United States Championship. It's clear why he's come into this match tonight looking for an opportunity, but I just don't think this is going the way he intended. Oh, hang on. This could be his moment. Oh, very nice. He got the beast down. Oh, and again. Wow, very good. Uh-oh. Okay. I think you just made him angry, Daniel. What a toss. And he walked right into that one. Kipped up, back down. I think I just heard the crowd fall deadly silent. That's definitely what that was. Yep. Well, that was rough. 2.5 minutes of Daniel Bryan getting thrown around. Good luck, Ted. You're gonna need it. That was officially a #1 contenders match for the United States Championship. They were the two top contenders. And yeah, that's right, just one more match against Ted DiBiase, and this guy is going to be holding a championship. That's absolutely right. That finger did need holding up. Brock Lesnar meets Ted DiBiase at Night of Champions. We've got our first match confirmed, and I couldn't be more worried about the champion if I tried. But hey, he wanted the spotlight, he wanted the attention, he got the attention, probably from the wrong guy, but he got the attention, and I guess we'll see how that goes for him in 3 weeks' time, won't we? Back again here on Monday Night Raw. I hope you enjoyed that commercial break after that great 2.5 minute match. I think the entrances might have been just a little bit shorter. But now we've got a non-title match as these two just continue to try to settle the score, Tiny Shiny and Kharma one-on-one once again. Tiny Shiny insists she could easily get that Women's Championship back if she was just given a fair match against Kharma.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring, the WWE Women's Champion, Kharma.
This is going to be a tough spot for Tiny Shiny once again. But she insists. She insists on doing it. She keeps putting herself through the punishment. She just wants it. She wants that chance against Kharma. Because she believes that eventually she will get the victory. She'll get that championship opportunity and she'll make it work. I mean, if she beats Kharma tonight, I think it's safe to say it'll be Tiny Shiny versus Kharma at Night of Champions for the Women's Championship once again. I think they face off at SummerSlam. SummerSlam was quite a long time ago, so I have to quickly look into that. Because I don't actually remember. So this is awkward. Let me just quickly find out. SummerSlam is not coming up. Oh, there it is. Whew. It's coming very slow today, which is weird. Yeah, she did beat Tiny Shiny at SummerSlam to retain the Women's Championship. Tiny Shiny's had a rematch, but I mean, she's the closest there's ever been to besting Kharma. Tiny Star. Incredibly tight lips. What was up with that? Tiny Shiny gonna face off against Kharma. It's gonna be an interesting one-on-one match, non-title. Will we see a third Women's Championship match between them? So far we've seen Kharma beat Tiny Shiny to become the champion and beat Tiny Shiny to retain the championship. But the former champion, I think, has got a victory over Kharma, which is why she's able to keep coming out and demanding these opportunities. I think that's how she got her shot at SummerSlam. So if she wins tonight, we're literally just repeating an angle that we did like a month ago. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. She beat her on July 26th, and was granted a rematch for SummerSlam, and she lost to SummerSlam. She is the only woman to ever beat Kharma, though. With a 9-5 record, she's done pretty well since her arrival. However, Kharma is 6-1. The only loss in Kharma's book is at the hands of Tiny Shiny. Will it happen once again tonight? Let's find out.
And you can feel that electricity. This WWE is
As I clear my throat 300 times.
Kharma just slammed
I'm not sick anymore. I don't know what it is. I just always seem to be like full of mucus since I was sick. It just doesn't seem to want to die down. I'm halfway through writing a sentence and I just feel a bubble pop up in the middle of my nose, like all the way in the back of my nose, and it's like, fuck off! Stop! I like broke my nose whilst I was ill, evidently.
There's the quickness.
Look, I go. One of the only women to ever really be able to bring down Kharma.
Kharma absolutely destroyed her.
Still to come in our main event tonight, another SummerSlam rematch. We're just giving them away because SummerSlam was over a week ago, which means it's out of everyone's brain and we need to remind them of it. So Sheamus will go one-on-one with Batista. Of course, originally this match was scheduled to just be Sheamus and Batista at SummerSlam, and ended up being a championship scramble also featuring Kevin Nash, Ezekiel Jackson, and the boss of Raw, Mr. McMahon himself. So, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Batista requested this matchup as he felt that he was cheated out of a fair opportunity against Sheamus. And, you know, as much as I don't like when people go and they cry and they complain, Batista's absolutely got a point. He was cheated out of his opportunity against Sheamus at SummerSlam. He didn't get a one-on-one match. He did for the first 5 minutes. Then Ezekiel Jackson came out. disgusting to think that at one point Ezekiel Jackson was a tentative champion, which means he could have come out of that match with the World Heavyweight Championship. Thank goodness that didn't happen, am I right, guys? Oof. What a terrible champion he'd be. He can't even win a tag team match against Jack Swagger, the guy who doesn't do anything.
Oh, the princess, just one step ahead.
And there's another reason that
I will chill on Jack Swagger in the future. I don't genuinely dislike Jack Swagger. In fact, I'm quite fond of Jack Swagger. He just really irritated me in that match, and it's going to take me a while to get over that because he was being very, very useless. And I can't just ignore that.
fast enough.
Uh-oh, this is bad. Hey, what's Kharma gonna do this time?
Wow.
Yow!
Meow.
And she reaches the ropes.
It'll be very interesting to see who comes out with the victory in this. I mean, if Kharma beats Tiny Shiny and Tiny Shiny isn't in line for a Women's Championship match at Night of Champions, it'll be interesting to see who can step up. The championship must be defended at Night of Champions, so somebody will get an opportunity. If it's not Kharma, I mean, if it's not Tiny Shiny, someone else will get an opportunity against Kharma. I just don't know who, and I don't know how.
A flying forearm.
We've got 2 more weeks of Raw to find that out, though.
Over the top rope.
And of course, if absolutely nothing happens on those weeks of Raw, then we just give it to whoever's ranked number 1. Because the title still has to be defended at Night of Champions. Every main title is on the line. 8 matches at Night of Champions. Night of Champions getting more matches than SummerSlam and Survivor Series. And the Royal Rumble. But then the Royal Rumble never really gets many matches because it has the Royal Rumble, which takes up a lot of time. Oh, she's got the big old bear hug, but Tiny Shiny with that fighting spirit. She just carries on.
Oh, look out, a face buster!
What a face buster that was.
What a vicious chop!
Blocked.
We're almost in the 5-minute mark of this match. We know 20-minute time limit. No one's gone to it yet. I mean, it's going to be very rare that people actually ever meet the 20-minute time limit. It's mostly just there to see how long matches go for. It's not so much there to actually ever see a match end that way. Well, I feel like if you are having a big epic between 2 people and they manage to go the 20 minutes, I think that could further a story quite well. They were so evenly matched that they just need longer in the future. And that's when the special gimmick matches come out. See, I had this all figured out, guys. I'm not that dumb. I just expose all of my plans so that Imitation Series on the site can borrow them. I'm kidding. No one actually does that. It's been a long time since that. I mean, I'm not really relevant anymore. I'm playing a game from like 8 years ago. I'm aware of my spot. What a implant buster on the outside. Is Kharma going to get a count out victory? No. Not at all. I'll tell you what, Tiny Shiny, there's no point calling it the implant buster. She doesn't have any implants. All natural, baby. What a random little strike that was. As I say, she's just got that fighting spirit. Nothing keeps her down. Tiny Shiny will keep on fighting as long as she can. No matter how much she gets thrown away by this woman that's like 3 times her size, she will keep fighting back. You know, until you pin her. Then she might not anymore. Yeah, then she might take the loss, to be honest. But that's about it. That's the only time. What a battle that was.
Here is your winner, Kharma.
I think it's safe to say that's got to be the end of the series between these two. Kharma is once again... I'm going to just stop it there because she's not acting like Kharma does. I find it so weird that they didn't give Kharma her own victory scene, but supposed to be fair, she was barely around. They probably just didn't get a chance. Anyway, Kharma victorious over Tiny Shiny. I would be very interested in seeing who can step up, who can challenge Kharma, and better yet, who's going to eventually dethrone Kharma. No one is champion forever. Someone's gonna step up to the plate and beat her one day. I just don't know who, how, or when. But anyway, main event time, Batista and Sheamus one-on-one next. Mr. McMahon has been told he is not to alter tonight's main event in any way. Batista is to get a fair opportunity against Sheamus, and should Batista win this match, he will get an actual one-on-one match with Sheamus at Night of Champions. No one else included. There is nothing McMahon can do about it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Washington, D.C., weighing 290 pounds.
What this basically comes down to is that due to McMahon's issues with Batista and Sheamus, clearly not wanting either of them as the world champion, right now McMahon has been kind of given limited access to his creative control here on Raw. He doesn't really get to alter too many matches to do with the main event scene. He's kind of been pulled back a little bit. He's had a little bit of a strip of power. Not too much of one. He is still in charge of Raw. But I believe everything involving the World Heavyweight Championship right now has to be approved, or he shall be fined. So he can try and pull something if he wants, but I mean, it's going to cost him. Any title changes that happen by impromptu circumstance could be heavily discussed, could lead to the title being vacated or returned to its original holder. McMahon has been relieved of a little bit of power, as I said, basically.
Champion, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Sheamus, the World Tag Team Champion. I think Night of Champions is going to be a very challenging night for Sheamus if he doesn't drop one of those championships before the night. He's going to be doing something no one else at that show is going to be doing, which is defending two championships at the same time. Not in the same match, just at the same time. Obviously, the World Heavyweight Championship, generally known as one of the main eventers, the headliners of a show, means that he'll actually be worn out for his World Championship match, giving an advantage to whoever he's defending against. The World Tag Team Championship, on the other hand, I mean, I guess the only way it could really work that would be fair to Sheamus would perhaps be to defend the World Tag Team Championship at the opener of the show and the World Heavyweight at the closer of the show. That is, of course, as I said before, if Sheamus is still holding on to that. I think the World Tag Team Championship is becoming very overdue another title defense, personally. I don't actually remember the last time Drew McIntyre and Sheamus stepped into the ring and defended those Tag Team Championships. I feel like they've got a little bit too complacent with them ever since Sheamus became World Heavyweight Champion. They've been able to get away with not defending them because there's been so much focus around the other championship that Sheamus has got. I don't agree with that. I think that Sheamus should be defending both of his championships. I'm not going to play this one. I'm going to give Batista a fair shot, but I'm also going to give Sheamus a fair shot because I just want to see where the main event scene goes. Right now, I don't really have a lot of ideas for Night of Champions because I've been out of the WWE mix for quite a long time, focusing on TNA. So, what happens here? I don't really have any ideas personally. I'm kind of like letting them all play out and build. I was kind of hoping for more of the Ted DiBiase legacy feud. Maybe like an actual one-on-one match with Randy, with him actually falling out with Randy, but Evidently, the game didn't really feel like doing that. It just wanted to kick Cody out and have Ted as the US champion. I mean, admittedly, the US title change was a match I booked. It didn't actually book the three of them against each other in a US championship match. I don't think it was involving the US championship in their feud at all, because I don't think this game involves championships in feuds. I'm pretty sure the pay-per-view matches are never, like, rivalry based. They're just whatever. They're just whoever the top contender is versus the champion. It's quite weird. Like, all the rivalries that you see on the show, they don't actually count towards the pay-per-view. Very, very unusual.
Here we go. Tree of woe.
Tree of woe. There you go. Tree of woe.
Right hand.
Excuse me.
How the heck do you get up from that?
Batista is he's a big ball of fire when he wants to be, but not the sun. More like the explosion happening around his belly button that he has permanently inked on him.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
Woo!
Oh, man. He landed right on his neck from that German suplex.
Go back to the locker room. That's not very nice.
Catches him with the axe handle.
Batista.
I got the snorts again, I'm sorry.
Blocked.
Oh, look out.
That move will knock
Right now, the World Heavyweight Champion is getting manhandled in this. This is a little odd to see, but it happens sometimes. I mean, he's in the ring with an absolute Goliath, frankly. I will always be disappointed in how short Batista's World Heavyweight Championship reign was cut. I don't think that that was right at all.
too slow.
But, unfortunately, Swagger just had the better of Batista on that night, and then Sheamus had the Money in the Bank briefcase.
And Sheamus unloads. You hear how his leg connects?
Some people, I believe, would be questioning why it is that Jack Swagger hasn't been given any kind of opportunity to get back near the championship. Well, that's, of course, the circumstances involving the World Heavyweight Championship. Swagger was not due a rematch, nor was Batista. It's just that Batista has been very actively pursuing Sheamus in the World Heavyweight Championship, whereas Swagger has been very preoccupied with the man that screwed him out of the World Heavyweight Championship. To kind of fully recap for those that are maybe new, back at Money in the Bank, Jack Swagger won the Money in the Bank briefcase, which he cashed in the same night after Batista had just... Wait, no, what am I saying? No, Sheamus won the Money in the Bank briefcase, which he cashed in the same night after Jack Swagger had just beaten Batista in a rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship, which Batista had just won from Swagger the month prior.
Right on the back of the head off an explosive German
After Swagger managed to regain the World Heavyweight Championship following a pre-match attack on Batista, so it wasn't a fair fight to begin with. Sheamus... sorry, let me recap. Let me go back a little bit. So Swagger won the championship after attacking Batista before the match, which kind of hindered his victory quite a bit. Then, after Swagger won the World Heavyweight Championship, he was attacked by Ezekiel Jackson, who had returned from injury. We don't know why he set his sights on Jack Swagger, but that's who he went for. Well, we didn't at the time, we do now. Sheamus then came out, cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and pinned Swagger to become World Heavyweight Champion. Swagger continued to pursue Ezekiel Jackson in some kind of attempt at getting a bit of justice for him costing him the World Heavyweight Championship rather than the guy who actually took the championship away from him. I guess it's one thing after another is the idea with Jack Swagger right now. He's kind of more focused on one guy, and he'll pay attention to the other when he sees fit. So whilst that happened, Batista focused on getting back the World Heavyweight Championship that he never lost to Sheamus, feeling that Sheamus didn't deserve it and ordered Swagger after the way Batista was attacked and lost the championship. Meanwhile, Mr. McMahon came out and announced that the reason that he actually... The reason that Sheamus was able to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and that Ezekiel Jackson targeted Swagger was actually a choice of Mr. McMahon, who sent Ezekiel Jackson out, who was due to return from injury. He sent him out to the ring to attack Swagger because he didn't want Swagger as World Heavyweight Champion. He wanted the United Kingdom to represent Raw, and he wanted the United Kingdom to build an alliance with the Powerhouse. However, after the United Kingdom got a little bit ahead of themselves holding the Tag Team and World Heavyweight Championship, they started appearing over on SmackDown and attacking SmackDown's top talent like the WWE Champion Stone Cold. Vince McMahon didn't approve of this attack, and therefore he started punishing the United Kingdom, which led to a one-on-one match between these two for the World Championship at SummerSlam, suddenly becoming a championship scramble, which would feature Ezekiel Jackson, the chosen favorite of Mr. McMahon, Kevin Nash, someone who McMahon has tried bribing into joining the Powerhouse on numerous occasions, as well as Mr. McMahon himself trying to get his hands on the World Heavyweight Championship, saying that Sheamus was a disgrace to it, he didn't deserve it, nor did Batista, so he just wanted to do something about it. Sheamus managed to retain the World Heavyweight Championship and absolutely brutalized Mr. McMahon in that match, which is why McMahon has been told to keep away from Sheamus in the World Heavyweight Championship for the time being. And I think that pretty much recaps everything to where it is now. Swagger is still pursuing that justice, and now Batista is trying his damnedest to get an actual opportunity against the World Heavyweight Champion that isn't interfered upon in any way. He just wants a one-on-one match with Sheamus at Night of Champions, and this right here is going to do some serious damage. Big time Batista bomb on the outside, complete with air thrust. And the animal is all fired up.
Now it may just be a matter of time.
These two are tearing each other apart, but it is Sheamus who looks hurt right now. Batista, he seems to be on a pretty level ground. Seems to be doing alright for himself. Almost 8 minutes into this match, 7.5 to be specific. Oh, that was a bad camera angle. Someone needs to keep their finger off the switch.
What a shot from the animal.
Leg drop.
Our referee always sounds like he's in so much pain when he counts.
This could do it. One.
Batista with the cover on Sheamus and a random ass pinfall. That's right, everybody, just a random pinfall. He hit a Batista bomb earlier, but fuck you, it's WWE 12, so he's just gonna win with just a pin out of nowhere. Because fuck you, that's why. Yay. I like that his song says yay. So Batista is victorious, and I think that goes to settle that it's going to be Batista against Sheamus at Night of Champions as he continues to prove himself as the #1 contender, the rightful champion, the man who's just been constantly getting screwed here on Raw. And I think at Night of Champions, we're finally going to see some justice for the animal Batista, and I think he's finally going to get that World Heavyweight Championship back round his waist. When I'm calling it now, Sheamus meets Batista, finally, just one-on-one in just a standard championship match at Night of Champions. But that's all we got for this episode of Raw. Thank you all for joining me. I'll see you guys tomorrow night on NXT.